Just pretend that Mickey is filming this from the shadows. Got the first 3 Scream soundtracks, and I've got the 4th in digital format. You know, we were all downloading legal MP3s in 2011. Will Scream 5 continue the trend of amazing soundtracks? I have been a Scream fan since before Scream 1 came out. That's right, I'm an ancient millennial. In celebration of the brand new trailer of 5 Cream, we're going to be taking a look at all the previous soundtracks. Music is a massive part of the Scream franchise. From subtle clues about the identity of Ghostface in Scream 1, to not so subtle party rock anthems that teenagers of 1996 can rock out to their heart's content.
Until they're slashed and bashed and dead.
Stick around to the end of the video for a little bit of top secret information about 5 Cream. The original Scream soundtrack was as perfect as the film itself, perfectly balancing a nuance and violence that other horror flicks did not have. And their soundtracks, usually heavy metal B-sides that nobody wanted to hear, but Scream was a game changer. Now the big musical discovery on this one, and we're going to unbox this sucker right now. The biggest musical discovery is going to be Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, while Moby does make an appearance on here as well with one of my favorite instrumentals of all time, First Cool Hive. Bird Brains has a previously mentioned party anthem in Youth of America. You got Billy and Sidney. Now, leave me a comment telling me who this is. Is that Ghostface? Is it Wes Craven? Was it me? This album, like I said, kicks off with Bird Brains, their party anthem, Youth of America. And this band unfortunately imploded after 5 short years. But they do have 2 albums that are worth checking out if you kind of like your punk rock and alternative. There's also dream pop, industrial metal, alternative rock, and tons of artists with names so generic the internet doesn't know who they are. Thanks, Gus and Catherine. You made some really great contributions to this record, but we don't know who you are. You got some really great images from the movie in here. Oh, la 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 la. The soundtrack to Scream 2 made a stylistic change with the addition of hip-hop and R&B to the mix, introducing me to an entirely new world of music previously unexplored. But also with massive names from the rock and alternative scene, which I was falling in love with in 1997. This is a truly perfect blend of 90s rock and hip-hop music. But the coolest thing about this is the inclusion of Year 2000.
Who are Year 2000?
Well, folks, sometime after the first Ghostface attacks in the Scream universe, Dwight Riley formed a band called Year 2000, and they are on this record performing The Race. They also have an appearance on the Scream 3 soundtrack, which we'll talk about a little later. Click, click. Click, 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 click. We'll talk about it now. Scream 2, Scream 3. I wish that Scream 3 had a Red Right Hand version. I wish that had kept going. But we do get 2 appearances by Year 2000 with The Race and Click, Click. Not Click, Click, Boom, but Click, Click. And as far as I know, those are the only 2 songs by Dewey Riley's band. But wow, you gotta check them out. Ooh. Some really excellent shots from the film. Can you spot the killer in the booklet? Are there any killers in the booklet? So if you look at Year 2000, written by Gabe Cowan, Sammy. Okay, David Arquette did write it. So actually a holographic album cover. With the third entry in the Scream soundtracks, we see that the only consistent feature of these soundtracks is that there's good music and high quality production and artist. Where Scream 2 went hip hop and alt rock, Scream 3's soundscape is crafted by Creed, who were the producers, the executive producers of the soundtrack, which sounds weird now in 2021, but in 2000, Creed commanded some respect. Gosh darn it. While not as perfect as the other two albums, this one really gives horror fans the metal to crank up to 11. And also gives some thoughtful nerds a little something as well. Yeah.
Hello, Brandon.
Some of the highest caliber of hard-edged and metal bands with breakout tracks from Slipknot, System of a Down, Stained, and remember, Year 2000 coming in near the bottom of the track list, just like in Scream 2. All we need is some Nick Cave, and this would have been perfect. Also, maybe trim a little bit out. Sorry, Full Devil Jacket. You gotta go. There's 18 tracks on here, and I could have done with maybe 15, like in Scream 2. You got Creed, Slipknot, System of a Down. Take a look at this track list. Insanity. Look at that. The disc. Scream3music.com. 21-year-old website. Check it out. You may be fun. Time has played a game with me. "11 years has gone so fast. Wake me up when Five Cream is here." Man, I wish Green Day would get involved with the Scream franchise. We all get older, and I thought that perhaps in 2011 I might have been beyond the point, the age of caring about the sonic impressions from a much delayed Scream sequel. What are the kids listening to in 2011 anyway? Leave a comment. But this album kicks off in a big way with Something to Die For, an alt-rock anthem from a band called The Sounds, which is very prominent in the film. You'll definitely notice it. This album goes into an indie rock direction, which I appreciate a lot. It gives you a nice cornucopia, and that's a good word for this sound, of long-time indie bands that you've never heard of. Really great listen overall, and I highly suggest you check out The Sounds, the Novocaines, and all the other The bands that are present in this late entry in the Scream 5 octogology. These are tough to rank, but it's my job. I'm going to do it. Coming in worst and first, worst and first in the list is going to be Scream 4. It's a very enjoyable album, but something's got to come in at the bottom, right? Coming in next is going to be Scream 3 with this really cool holographic thing that you don't have. Problem with this one is length. Maybe slash 3 songs out of the track list, make it 15. A little bit easier to digest. Sorry, Full Devil Jacket and Orgy. No orgies. Let's get rid of those. I'm going in order, I swear. We're going to do a little switcheroo here. Coming in next is going to be the original. Don't F with the original. Don't bleep with the original. That's what Sidney always says. It's hard to beat this soundtrack, you know? You got, oh my gosh, Youth of America.
Whisper, Red Right Hand, Don't Fear the Reaper, Artificial World, Better Than Me is a real highlight from Sister Machine Gun. Soho, Whisper to a Scream, Moby with First Cool High, The Connells with Bitter Pill, The Last of the Hard Man doing that Alice Cooper.
School's in arrival. Coming in first, it's a hot take. That's what I do here on my channel. If you want to subscribe, hot takes, but they're real. My real opinion. Scream 2's got the best soundtrack of all 3. And I got, the first one was perfect. The first soundtrack was perfect. But this one just has a nice eclectic mix. Let's just run through this real quick.
You got Master P, Cottonmouth King, Sugar Ray, D'Angelo, Dave Matthews Band, Collective Soul, John Spencer's with some blues, Foo Fighters, Tonic, Everclear, Less Than Jake, some Eels, more Nick Cave in the Bad Seeds.
Kelly, again with the Kellys and the Catherines and the Gusses and the Mobys. Why does no one have last names? Five Cream, or Scream 5 is coming in January. The trailer has leaked online. We're getting reports that Dewey and Gale are divorced and that he is retired from the police force. Sidney is still surviving her survivor way through life, with the dastardly Ghostface re-emerging from the past with some secrets to reveal to her years after the attacks at Woodsboro. It goes away, I dig a hole. When it goes away, I dig a hole. I dig a hole.